Ho, ho, ho. Merry Ratmas coming to you from the Golden Monolith. Yes, it is the air of salt, or the air of Santa, I guess, today. What's going on, folks? Yeah, welcome to the Golden Monolith. Nice and snowy, and the Skaven are even dressed up in a festive holiday red. I guess the health bars on the High Elves are green. So, since they didn't dress up for the occasion, we're going to ignore the High Elves for a minute. Take a look at the Skaven army first. There are 3 rattling guns up front. There's a second line of clan rats, and then one that is a spear unit rather than the sword and shield infantry. We got Lord Skrolk here. Interestingly enough, as Skrolk skitters along here, I noticed that he doesn't have the Rod of Corruption or the Liber Bubonicus, yes, however that is, which is basically his tools for either going after single entities or going after infantry blobs, which I think is a big deal for Skrolk. He does, however, have the Pestilent Birth, which is going to allow him to summon either clan rats or plague monks. He's going to have plague monks or clan rats at his ability there. So, interesting pick. He's got the poison wind mortars and the avalanche mortars. And then in the back here, he's got some Skaven slaves, and there's a couple of warp block Jezzails that are going to be pouring in fire from range. As far as the High Elves army, there's a couple of Illyrian Reaver archers, one of which is the Heralds of the Wind. And there's a whole bunch of Ranger infantry, which Ranger infantry is going to be fairly quick moving, and it's going to be very good against low armor Skaven. Any high armor stuff, not so much. There is a Keepers of the Flame back here that could potentially be good against any large from Skaven, but Skaven didn't bring any. And it's all fire for the leadership. Yes, Tyrion with his Sunfang and Mage of Fire with Burning Head, and it looks like Flamestorm. So we'll see how this gets used. The Skaven are going to open things up from range, and it is going to be absolutely and completely vicious at range with the Poison Wind Mortars and the Avalanche Mortars. They're going to be doing terrible damage to the infantry. Just look at this with the Rangers there. But look at this. Not to be outdone at range, the Mage of Fire unleashes a Burning Head directly down the line of Plague Monks that were waiting in the wings to be put into the game by Skrolk, and they got absolutely slaughtered. That's 112 kills, basically deleting 3 Plague Monks. So now the Skaven are going to have to fight extra hard to get through this. However, they got a good start against the Rangers, and they also did some very nice damage against this Eagle early on, so not a terrible start for the Skaven prior to having 3 of their units burned. So they can probably fight their way back into this one, and that's exactly what they're trying to do here. You can see the rattling guns cleaning up that Great Eagle, and the Rangers are definitely taking a lot of damage getting into this fight. You can see that they have been savaged by the mortars. Poison Wind Mortars are very good against infantry, and the Avalanche Mortars, I think they're a bit expensive, but they're also quite good against infantry. I usually just take the Poison Wind ones. I think they're good enough. Over here, the Summoned Plague Monks were doing a nice job, and then Skrolk is in here fighting as well. He's got to take on Tyrion. Again, without that, I can't remember if it's the Rod of Corruption or the Liber Bubonicus, which one it is that is better against single entities. Look at this, though. Another sacrificial burning of rats on Christmas. It's the festive roasted rat for Christmas dinner that the High Elves are putting into the dinner menu. You can see that Mage of Fire's got 206 kills and is just absolutely in beast mode right now. And Skrolk gets left without his infantry here, though the Skaven did clean up the infantry for the High Elves, so very nice touch there by the Skaven. They do have some units left, like these rattling guns and Jezzails that could pick off Tyrion. Remember, though, when Tyrion gets low, he has that special ability that can kick in and potentially give him a ton of hit points. It's the Heart of Avalorn. I guess since he has Alariel's heart, he can get healed a whole bunch. You know, right before he dies, he thinks of having one more day with his sweet Alariel, and suddenly his hit points come back to him. I guess that's how it works, something like that. Anyway, the Skaven's guns are still blazing over here, and they have absolutely shredded the Rangers. Another Burning Head. That is the 3rd one from the Fire Mage. Just merciless destruction of the Skaven with those Burning Heads. 253 kills. And despite facing a lot of numbers, Tyrion is going to be an extremely tanky leader in this fight. Skaven don't really have a lot of tools here at their disposal. Like I said, the Jezzails and the Rattling Guns can definitely clean him up. But if you look at the line of fire here, it's not a great angle. See, he's down slope here, preventing the Skaven from getting a whole lot of shots. So it's a difficult position. Plus, you had the Mage coming in. And remember that expensive Keepers of the Flame? They're going to get absolutely doused by mortar fire. So this expensive unit is just going to get completely crumbled. So again, the Skaven showing that although they do have a lot of tricks and schemes, sometimes those tricks and schemes work out well. Whenever I play a Skaven campaign, which is fairly rare, you better believe I abuse the crap out of the Poison Wind mortars. They are so good. Look at that. Deleted the Keepers of the Flame. A Flame Storm here from the Fire Mage. This one not going to do quite as much damage as previous, but look at that. Still 359 kills. Roast rat for everyone. I guess everyone who wants it. And I don't know who that is other than ogres, because I'm assuming ogres will eat pretty much anything. Even Warpstone rat. Twice fried. So Tyrion is going to dodge the infantry blobs, and he is going to, sorry if I can follow him proper, he's going to swing in for more key targets. Like right here, he takes a big hit on Skrolk and sends Skrolk on a Christmas sleigh ride that he will never forget. And he's going to come over here and go after these festively decorated Ratling Gunners. I love the green Christmas colors there. Do this over here. Is that another burning head? That Fire Mage has been absolutely relentless. Not going to do much to the Jezzails, though. I think their armor is a little too high for that to be terribly effective. So Tyrion's going to pull out of that. He doesn't want those Warplock Jezzails to keep sniping him, and they are doing some nice work. Look at him chewing away at the hit points. And that Heart of Avalorn, though, just remember, it's kind of I think it's a chance thing. Could be wrong, though. It could just be a guarantee. I think it's a guarantee. Well, yeah. It's a guarantee once it goes below 20%. So it's not a chance one like the Phoenix units. So he got into the Warplock Jezzails, and slowly but surely, the units that the Skaven have at their disposal to get rid of Tyrion, and look at that, so the Skaven are enjoying this sweet revenge. That Fire Mage is going to be the thing of nightmares for Skaven for generations. She killed so many Rat Brothers today. Check out, this Jezzail unit is pretty well positioned. It wants to fire, but I'm guessing that they're obstructed. So this can be frustrating. Tyrion is actually obstructed here, even by those small targets, and the Jezzails missed that volley, at least the first one. They fired behind him. Now when he's coming in closer, we'll see whether or not they're able to score some hits. It looks like they're not even going to fire. So Tyrion getting a very lucky charge here. Didn't get hit by that first volley of Jezzails. The Ratling guns should be able to try and put some fire down on him from their current position. We'll see whether they are able to. They will also slow him down considerably, but there will also be some friendly fire, as often there is in any Skaven scheme. Skrolk catching up, and very low on hit points is Tyrion. So he is fighting a desperate fight to try and win the battle. You can see he is the only one out of 708 High Elf troops still on the battlefield. Here comes the shots from the Ratling guns, and they are definitely chewing into his hit points. He's using Feint here, and then he's going to use his Sunfang. Very nice use of Sunfang. He's going to burn right through most of this Skaven infantry, so the amount of rats burned on this battlefield is very high at the moment. And it was a close fight. Look at this Tyrion with his 748 hit points. This rat shatters before you can charge him. Look, and there goes the Heart of Avalorn going off there. So it's over now for the rats when he picked up all that healing, and Tyrion manages to save Christmas for all of Ulthuan, preventing the rats from coming in and stealing it in a Grinch-like fashion, and leaving leaving Warpstone in every stocking for the children's joy. I guess Tyrion just wouldn't have it. On the flip side of that, you might think, if you're a Skaven, that Tyrion is the Grinch, and he kept all those poor children from receiving the Warpstone Christmas that they so deserved. And of course, it probably would have ended with a big warp bomb going off in their settlement. So I guess one way or the other. Look at this, Anarion here picking up some nice kills and value with Tyrion, and then just extreme value out of the Fire Mage. That is some insane work done by the Fire Mage. Pretty much nothing else in the High Elf army got hardly any value. It was just Tyrion and the Fire Mage. So that was kind of like a 2 versus 1100, and it worked out for him this time. Skrolk not able to get a whole lot done. But let's take a look over here. Look at this. The Avalanche Mortar is absolutely crushing it. See, there's a big cost difference between these two units, and there's not a big value difference. Now, it could be depending on who they fired at, but I like just the standard Poison Wind Mortars because I don't think the Avalanche Mortars pay off. They do look cool, though. Like, they definitely look cool. But nice work by both the mortar teams to getting a lot done. This Jezzail also did pretty darn well. The other did not. So the Skaven, some value out of their rattling guns, not terrible. The Skaven getting, if these Plague Monks wouldn't have gotten burned, I'm pretty sure the Skaven take that one home. And so it's always good to have your head up, especially on Christmas. You never know when someone's going to send you a flaming present that you didn't ask for, and the Skaven just weren't watching for that one. So their Warpstone Christmas Christmas schemes, and I guess it did turn into Christmas screams when they were being burned. Just didn't quite turn out the way that they had hoped. Hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage is signing out for now. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'll be back soon with some more content for you.